Rebecca and I noticed, we play relatives, distant relatives in it, and I do hold my hands like this in front of myself a lot. And we've started now intentionally kind of trying to mimic pieces of each other just in like behaviors. But yeah, it's always that weird thing. What do you do with your hands on screen? Like everyone knows in a photo, it's like that's one of the hardest things. And if you cross them and hold them, it's a good trick. Yeah.
Yep. This is good.
Yeah.
This is heady.
This is good.
This is
Bad.
T-Rex.
They're close.
Okay, so Brandon, I'd love to talk about your character's arc too, because there's a lot of really poignant moments in your performance. Can you tell us kind of what it's meant to you personally to tell that story? Your character is, confesses to his best ghost friend that he is in love with Nigel and has really struggled with unfinished business. And that's really the poignancy of the show, is that the ghosts are stuck because they have unresolved issues on Earth. And talk to me a little bit about that experience.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I think it's a really interesting thing that it took these people to die to start to figure out a way to live. And for me personally, that arc has been really, really lovely. I wanted the words I wanted to say was fucking cool because growing up, I didn't see a lot of those stories on television. And I think what's really interesting about this one is that I remember as a queer person myself having to come out of the closet. And that process for some people is very, very challenging. And for others, it's a little bit of a different experience. And for me, I found some challenges with it and learning to accept myself. And then this guy, Isaac, I thought 20 years was a long time to be in the closet. And he's been in the closet for 250 years. And so, like, what mental gymnastics must you have done to like keep it going? And I love when we meet him, like the cracks are already starting to show. But I think it's this really cool story that we don't see a lot, which is about we see a lot of stories about people when they're younger coming out. What does it mean when you're older and you finally start to live? And I think I've really, really connected to that. And Joe Port and Joe Wiseman have been so supportive and so collaborative with that storyline. It was fun. I mean, it's weird to say it's fun to be tortured, but it is. You know what I mean?
I just think
You know what I'm saying? Did that make anyone horny? Sorry.
No, carry on, please. I love it.
Yeah. Anyway. But yeah, it was cool.
Yep. Critics' Choice nominee, Brandon Scott Jones.
Yeah, there you go.
That's the kind of stuff he's doing while I'm trying to pretend somebody else is talking.
Exactly.
You make us crack more than anyone, I reckon.
Do you think so? No, looks aren't everything. My aunt told me that joke when I was a kid. And I have used it every day of my life since. Shout out to Aunt Diane.
I don't know how you carry on if he's doing that behind the furniture.
No.
I do also want to touch on the amazing production design, the hair and makeup. Just so much behind the scenes genius on this show. Can you all talk a little bit about how that has helped your performances and how that's sort of made the show really come together for you?
You love the felt pants, right?
Yeah, the felt pants. Yeah, my costume is essentially what a Muppet is made out of. But yeah, it's really fun. It was honestly one of those things where I've never had a fitting before for a pilot, and you know that you're going to spend the rest of your time in that one outfit. And so there's a little bit of this pressure, but I just thought our costume designers absolutely nailed it. And so did our production design. Like, we walked into that house feels so old. There's so many little details.
I dressed like it today.
Yes.
I realized as I was putting this on, I was like, this has seeped into my subconscious.
Exactly.
I love that design.
Yeah, anytime you're an actor and you get to have like an environment and you get to have a costume that really, really helps bring it to life, it's awesome. And I'm feel really lucky that the team that we have has been amazing.
Yeah, like our DP, our production designer, everything, the detail is just incredible. The house is full of antiques, which I routinely search on eBay because if they're worth something, I'm going to steal them.
Actually,
I'm going to sell them.
I constantly, Rebecca has already said, she's like, when this show is ended, I want the kitchen table.
Yeah, but Devin didn't even wait that long. Devin, who plays Thorfinn, took the casserole dish one weekend.
Oh, yeah.
to make like a
For Thanksgiving.
We had a
Thanksgiving party.
cast Thanksgiving,
and he didn't bring it back.
no,
and the
he didn't.
really
He
sweet
just-
props master came up to me and was like, he's kind of scared, who isn't, of Devon. He's like, would you mind maybe asking him if he has that casserole dish? We kind of need it for continuity in the scene. I was like, Devon, come on.
Yeah, come on.
Devon.
Yeah. And also, real quick shout out to our crew. They do their job in 2 different languages every single day. We shoot up in Montreal, and so they're speaking French and English, and they do it seamlessly with like the best attitude in the world. And
Well, it's a French attitude.
it's a
but that's
French
pretty good.
attitude.
If you knew what they said about you in French,
And you actually learned to speak the language. I made a sad attempt.
enough that they can't backstab me. That was really the goal.
Right.
So I'd love to hear from all of you, and maybe you could kind of lead this, Joe, what you would like to see happen to these characters in the future, if there is to be more.
Well, at the end of this season, we're opening the bed and breakfast. And so, that's going to open up a lot of possibilities next year. I know that Utkarsh would like to be able to talk to people other than just Rose on the show. So
I haven't said that publicly several times.
but we just want to advance all the stories about all the ghosts and learn, sort of unravel these mysteries and backstories. And those are the episodes that people have really responded to, is the ghost backstories.
Sorry. Go
I
ahead.
want to see an Alberta flashback. That's what I'm hanging out
Yeah.
for. I think it would be so beautiful as an era as well to look at.
To be able to be a part of the show has been really refreshing. Like, we could have spent the whole first season with Sam trying to convince Jay that the ghosts were real, but we go past all of the cliches that could have, thanks to you guys, that could have really held us up. And we go into sort of Isaac's sexuality, and we go into Pete's backstory, and there's so much heart. And you guys have really zagged when every other show zigs, which is what has made, I think, Ghosts really fun to be a part of. I think most of us get our content from like streamers and HBO and all that stuff, and we're like, this is where the good content is. So if somebody's like, there's a sitcom on CBS that's new and refreshing and feels good, yeah, I would be like, I'd be dubious. But the fact that
And only you would say that.
Yeah.
The other people wouldn't.
But I get to watch. I mean, I get to watch you.
No, yeah.
I get to watch you guys. Jay just sits there and watches the ghosts work, and this ensemble and these people are doing such incredible work, and it's just such a pleasure to be a part of it. I really want Jean-Claude Van Damme on season 2. That's my dream.
That's number 1. Well, it's a pleasure to watch you too. That's the best part. It's the hardest thing in the world not to interact with you.
Well,
I
there's
hope,
also-
you know what? That's what I want in season 2. We all get one scene with Utkarsh. That would be fun.
How lucky would
write
you
it.
be?
There's
How
also
lucky would I be?
10 cast members, and we have such an incredibly
Yeah.
talented cast, and you guys have to write these stories that service everybody, and you do such a good job at that. And I feel like there is no weak link. It's like when you pass the baton on to any one of these players, something magic happens. So
Yep. And if
Yeah, that's-
anybody wants my Paramount Plus password, just holler at me. I got
Yeah.
you.
Somebody does. All right.
Well, thank you all so much for this fantastic show. It's hilarious. I love it. Thank you for being here today to talk about ghosts. Thank you.
thank you so much.